Everyone ready? So I will keep going reading this sutra, this rice-taking sutra. So sutra is called, what is called dependent arising? It is called dependent arising because it is causal and conditional, not non-causal and non-conditional. In this connection, the Bhagavan consistently told the characteristics of the dependent arising as follows. Results come from their own specific conditions, whether to tadakhadas appear or not. This true nature of the things remain. It is the true nature, consistency of dharma, immutability of dharma, consistent with dependent arising suchness, unmistaken suchness, unchanging successness, actuality and truth, unmistaken and unerring. Moreover, dependent arising emerge from two principles. From what two principles? So two principles from causal relationship and conditional relationship. Furthermore, it should be understood as twofold, outer and inner. You understand what I'm saying? So that is the Raj-Setting Sutra. And so now we talk about karma, right? Karma. So that means last week we talked about the karma. We have fully written results similar to the cause, and environmental result. 10 negative actions of the karmic body, speech and mind. So now we have to know the environmental result of the 10 negative actions, or negative karmic actions. So first is the killing, right? So the environmental result of killing is you will be born in place. Lots of problems, right? So like food, medicine, and they are not healthy. Generally speaking, when we have karma, when karma exhausted, our lifespan is gone, right? And we also have the karmic of the merit that it's like food, drinking, support us to sustain our life. So these are completely not good. And so you will die with the before you finish your lifespan, what's called premature dies. So that's the killing, right? Environmental killing. Stealing, so environmental stealing because you are stealing somebody's possessions due to attachment or whatever. You steal people's money or property or whatever, So the environmental result, stealing means if you steal, then if you start business not successful, right? If you have a farm, then it will not grow. If there are two farmers, one is very successful, one is not successful. If you start business, everything falls in parts. kind of, they're like stealing, right? Stealing that. And then sexual misconduct. So you will be born in an unclean, very dirty place where there's slum, there's so many, dirty, unclean. So this is the environmental result of the killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. Now lying, right? Lying, if you're lying, then you will be born where there are people deceiving you and cheating you, people surrounded, people will deceive you, people will be cheating, that kind of area. And also you will not accomplish what you want in business. Whatever you do, is unsuccessful. So that kind of environment, lying. And then surrender, environmental surrender is you will be born in like bumpy place, uneven place, very difficult to, difficult to walk, stay, like this environment. Harsh speech, right? Harsh speech, then you will be born in like slanted place, slanted thorns, there are many thorns, and place are not lack of water, lack of ponds, no beautiful place, very dry, drought, and extreme climate, too hot, too like that. And then idle gossip, then because you have people gossiping all the time, and this kind of environmental meaningless talking. And then also crops are not healthy, it will not bear the fruits, or not ripen and give fruit early or before ripen. So there's lying, slander, harsh speech, and idle gossip speech. Now covetousness. So covetousness means, so you will be born in place, you will be dissatisfied, wanting more and more. You will never satisfied. And all their good qualities or whatever, decrease day by day, month by month. This kind of covetousness. And the malicious thought, because your intention to harm others, so you will be born in a place where there is very dangerous place, epidemic, disease, or animal dangers, poisonous snakes, scorpions, or the spiders in Australia. Lots of spiders in Australia. like that, right? So that's what's called the malicious thought. And then we call the wrong view, right? So wrong view means you go to the nihilism or absolutism. You go extreme, like either you reject or either you projecting something, mistaken mind, project something is not real. So people don't believe karma. So you will born area, people don't believe karma. And like barbaric land, no believe in karma. Something like that. So these are the environmental result of the 10 non-virtuous actions. Now we go opposite, virtuous actions. The virtuous actions, we have fully ripened result similar to the cause, and environmental result is completely opposite. So if, for example, like avoiding action of killing, right? So that's completely opposite without killing, right? So then you need base, you need thought, motivation, preparation, right? And you also need preparation for the actions and culmination of the phase of action. So when you finish these four aspects of the avoiding killing, completely opposite, fully rapid result, you will be reborn in human beings or reborn in God or demigod. So that's like completely. So then, so that goes with all 10 virtuous actions. Avoiding killing, stealing, which was called lying, slander, harsh speech, idle gossip, covetousness, and the wrong way. So then completely virtuous actions with the four aspects. So then similar, to the non-virtuous, fully rapid result, result similar to the cause, environmental result. So that's now this I want to read this. So when we finish this, right, finish all this studying about karma, right? General aspects of the karma, and then the specific karma, and then we study about what is heaviness of the karma, lightness, heaviness, and how to minimize the karma. So, so when we understood karma, some people think understanding karma is not very important. Maybe they want very high, but it's very, very important. There's no karma, there's no basis of the high realization, what we are talking about. No karma, there's no basis of the realization of the higher yoga tendra or bodhicitta mind, nothing, no foundation. So it's very, very important, It's not like, this is why I want to read this Lama Tsongkhapa's Lambam text. How people think karma is not that important because other, high teaching, but it's very important. According to Lama Tsongkhapa Lambam text, he said that having thoroughly understood the cause and effect of positive and negative karma, right? So we already discussed about. Then I will rely on properly practicing, what should be engaged in, what should be avoided. So we know what discriminate between these two. So we know what should be engaged and what should be avoided. Achieving any goal, on the path depends on the properly taking of this action that should be engaged in and avoiding these that are harmful. You know what I mean? So if you understand karma, right, it means if you do good things, good comes to you. If you do bad things, it will come to you. So actually, you making relationship between cause and effect. No cause, no effect. Right? No seed, no fruit. No barley seed, no fruit. No banana seed, nothing. There's something seed there, right? And then, the goal is eliminate, right? As best you can all non-religious karma and accumulate as much positive virtues as much as you can. You know what I mean? You can't promise. If you analyze this 10 killing, stealing, analyze, right? Through analyzing, you do meditation, analytical meditation. Then you, if you are practicing properly, then you can make put all your effort to don't do this killing. I can do this maybe rest of my life. I will not kill. If not, at least 2019 I will not kill. If not, at least 1 month I will don't do this. If not, at least week, day. You do this kind of determination, So that so that Lama Tsongkhapa will say as much as you can. This is done by right study. So we are studying, right? Study of karma. When we study, right, then we have to concentrating. We are studying because we are concentrating relationship between cause and effect. Like no cause, no effect. Everybody know, right? If no cause, no effect. No seed, no fruit. Then everybody know, right? So therefore, relationship, karma, and result, until you develop very firm understanding, and then cultivating and understand until you reach a certainty that this is indeed true path of happiness. So then means you need 2 points before you meditate on the karma. Right? First, you need strong conviction to the karma. Conviction means conviction relationship between cause and effect. Second one is subsequently, if you have conviction about karma, subsequently, naturally, you will avoid negative karmic actions and you will cultivate positive karmic actions. So these two are the preliminary practice. Before we meditate on the karma, we should have this kind of indeed the true path to happiness. Path to happiness. Once you have stabilized your confidence in actions of the karma, right, and you will be able to practice virtue without hesitating. You know what I mean? Without hesitating. Karma is very complicated. Sometimes hesitation there, right? People think what's going on, You see some people doing very bad things but very successful. Or some people doing lots of that, but they look very healthy, they have good life, But they will confuse. You see some people doing such a good thing and have so much problems. So that so the action of karma, you will be able to practice virtue without hesitating. This is why contemplating karma and its result is most important. As Lama Tsongkhapa said. So if you have karma, understanding what we mentioned, karmic path, right? 10 karmic, it is the foundation of all your practice. It is very important. It depends on your motivation. If you are practicing 10 which is actions on the basis of achieving good future life. If you are practicing 10 virtues on the basis of liberating from samsara or cycle of existence, if you are practicing 10 virtuous actions to achieve enlightenment, to practice bodhicitta mind, whole foundation. This is why understanding karma is foundation of all your spiritual practice. Otherwise, you may maybe I want to read this one of the great master, in a ceremony, highly realized master. He said, because he went to West and teach many teachings, so his understanding, So he give advice to all his students in America, in Washington State or in New York, everywhere, And he said, give up all hope, achieving results. This, give up all hope, achieving results. So he's talking to his students in Washington State or the New York, American students. When you go to the store, right? Store. Go to the store. What do you need? You need dollar to buy things, right? When you go to, he said, when you go to store, you can buy whatever you want by showing your dollars and exchange it right there for whatever you need, right? So you need some money. So while this is true for ordinary things, right? We go to shopping, it's ordinary things. You can do these same things with virtue and the result of the virtue, karma. You can do this for the virtue and which is karma. For example, he said, you might think, oh, tomorrow I have something very important to do. Tomorrow maybe important to do, so I have to go to the meeting or with the boss or with some businessman. So I'm very, very important because I really want to do this meeting go well so that I can reach my goals. That's what we do, right? Goals. Because of that, then you pray. You do prayer, reciting mantra, or maybe you pray like, I take refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. And then he said, it is very possible that when you go to the meeting, the next day it will be failure, right? Then you will come home disappointing thinking disappointing, I did this, I do the prayers, I took refuge, but failed. Then you are coming back, you disappointed and thinking, oh well, I failed my prayer, didn't help me, right? Taking refuge didn't help me either. This shows that your attitude toward the Dharma is like that of the shopper at a store. Remember dollar going shopping there? Exactly same. This point is especially very important for a Dharma person to understand. What about the situation I just described? Doesn't it help to pray for result? It does help. Sometimes it helps directly and bring what you want right away. Sometimes it will take a little while, but not directly, right away. Why it is felt? Then he said, at something it means you got a bad result, bad karma, That's very important to think. You do prayer, but it isn't work. So you collected a bad deed at some time earlier of your life, or whatever, you already collected that kind of karma. And that cause result represent one set of karma. That's one set of karma. You do prayer, it isn't work, but one set of karma. You collected a bad deed at some previous time, and its result has now occurred. You didn't get that job. You used to do the prayers, but you didn't get that job straight away. So that means you collected that one set of karma, and that occurred during that period. Your meeting with the boss didn't, nothing happened. When you take the refuge or whatever, and make prayers to them, you will collect it a new form of virtue. New form of virtue. It main result will come later. You know what I mean? You do take refuge, and it didn't work, right? But you still did this prayer with your good motivation. So that you collected new form of karma that will come back later. You know what I mean? That cause and result is another set of karma. Remember, another set of karma. Sometimes your prayers do help right away. So generally speaking, your prayers definitely always help you, but you won't necessarily get positive result immediately. 100% of the time. But this shouldn't matter to you, or shouldn't matter to you. When you are practicing the prayer or the meditation, you should think the result will definitely come. Because you collect new set of karma, right? Will come. Whether it is sooner or later depends upon the strength of your practice, your virtues, your faith and effort. The goal will come to me, but it will take some time. If you think like this, then completely a different story, you know what I mean? If you show this attitude, it won't matter to you whether result come quickly or not. You should have this kind of determination that makes you think, I will never give my practice to achieve the ultimate goal. By achieving the ultimate goal of the, from Buddhist perspective, enlightenment or liberation, temporarily goal will automatically comes as a result. You understand? Mm-hmm. So that's the one advice. So we have 2 points, right? He said 2 points. We will lose the practice. Number 1 point is if you are very successful, you're very, very successful or whatever, then people focus the Dharma. That's very, very dangerous. Another point is everything falling apart. If you are having very difficult, and if you are encountered with some difficult situation, people give up Dharma. These 2 points, very, very important. When this happens, you should think what Rinpoche said. You know what I mean? So that's the 1 point we are about karma. Now, we already discussed about this karma, right? So if you want to do meditation, so we have first generate 2 points, as I mentioned before. Conviction toward the karma, relationship between cause and effect. Number 2, subsequently, you avoid negative actions and cultivate positive actions. These 2 principles is like preliminary practice before you meditate on the karma. And then you go meditation. We have analytical meditation and then go to the single point meditation. So first what we are doing is, we have four aspects of the karma. Right? Karma is certainty, generally in case of karma. Action not accomplished, not bring result. Karmic seed will definitely bring result. So just four aspects. So you use that, you use example of the life. For example, like if you plant the poisonous seed, it will give you poison. If you plant the medicine seed, it will give you medicine. So that is certainty of karma. All these poisonous seed or the medicine seed, we need what? Cooperative causes and conditions. We need moisture, water, sunshine, fertilizing, it will grow. That is generally in case of karma. Karma, karma will grow, sustaining by the other conditions make your karma grow. Right? If seed is not planted, if poisonous seed is not planted, no harvest of the fruit. Right? If medicine seed is not planted, no harvest of the medicine. Right? If karma is not planted, no reason. Right? You use that example. And then potential karmic seed will definitely bring the result, right? The potential of the karma, if it is not purified, it will definitely bring result. So that you meditate on the general four general aspect of the karma. By contemplating this, you go to the specific karma. Take the example of the killing first. If I create the karma of killing on the basis of these four aspects, right? Object, thought, preparation of actions, and the culmination of the object, then I will definitely experience fully repentant result of the killing, result similar to the killing, and environmental result of the killing. You meditate analyzing, right? If I completely avoid absence of killing, I will also experience fully relevance of the not killing and result similar to the cause. In environmental, you will go this with the stealing, sexual masculine, lying, slander, harsh speech, idle gossip. Go with this, what we call the specific karmic karma, analyzing through your studying, concentrating, and analyzing, right? And then go with, so you distinguish this kind of analytical meditation, right? Then you will go, what is heavy karma, what is light karma? You know what I mean? How can I minimize the karma? How can I, so that we already discussed, right? Evidence according to the object, thought, and then contemplating this, and then all this kind of like analytical meditation. And then finally you make final determination, like whatever you analyze, you make this stabilize, and final decision, I will put all my effort, whatever, as much as I can, to accumulate good karma, to avoid negative karma, and stabilize this, and concentrate with a single pointed concentration. And then with a single pointed concentration with the four powers. Power of the object, and power of the remedy, power of regret, and power of the promise. So that is the what we call the brief meditation on the karma. You know what I mean? So if you study karma, then you have to meditate, study, thinking, and concentration. Right? Concentration means through analytical meditation, finalize, I can do this one. And then single put concentration and make final determination, I can practice the virtues as much as I can. Non-virtues as much as I can avoid it. So that is the meditation of the karma, briefly according to Lama Tsongkhapa, the Lamrim teaching. Okay? Okay, thank you. So tomorrow we have resolved the birthday celebration. 10:30 we have prayers. We hold a long of prayers. And then some cake, some lunch together. Okay.